Mamedika Chika. Today I'm going to share about the various investment options available to us as an individual, as institutional or organizations, or even as a government or as a community. And I'll break it up into the different segments, maybe by age or income bracket. Mohammed, I've shared extensively about my investment strategy, and little do people know that this was my trademark long before I came to the social media, fraternity. As an accomplished economics teacher, I shared extensively, probably with mainly my classes, both at advanced levels and tertiary institution, both in assessment. I was a principal examiner for many years, and many people came to really to appreciate that this is at least a dualistic person who is both within the theoretical, class economics and the practical world. Because throughout my life, I've always had another, income base to operate alongside my, operational arrangement. So it hasn't been always very difficult for me to take a decision on where I should invest. Right from when I was a classroom teacher and as an expatriate in a foreign country, I was able to rear chicken at a poultry house, abandoned poultry house that was in the school where I was teaching. In a foreign country. Then how come when I come to my country, I can fail to practice my trade? When I came into our home country, people asked me why I had taken the decision to come back into the country, where there were, more opportunities abroad. And that nobody could come to terms when I said I had a ceiling over my head when I was abroad. Because I realized that I had literally done everything, but I had a limitation as a foreigner, and I had to come back home. And when I came back home, I blossomed. I continued practicing my profession as a teacher, but went into the commuter transport business, and I dominated it, well as still effective in the classroom. And then I kept on changing my investment strategy as per the age. I said I took out these financial products, fixed income, life annuity plans, when I was in my early 20s, as soon as I started working in Southern Africa. But then as I grew, I noticed that you have to change. Because whilst I was teaching this famous topic of inflation, I was a senior critic of how it is calculated and how it impacts even on communities or a country, or as in particular you as an individual. Whilst we can get a basket of goods and compute the consumer price index, it does not necessarily translate into your actual life. And this is where sometimes I don't pity them, but I will share with them continuously. When one goes into fixed income investment and is assured that by giving you the 12 or 13% fixed income, when the inflationary rate is at 3 or at 4%, you are better off. Your money is well protected, yes, but your purchasing power is eroded. In theory, theoretically, it doesn't seem to be eroded, because you can really see that, the inflationary rate of published by government, whether correct or not, is at 8%, and they're giving me 12%. So I'm saving, or I'm making a net gain of 4 or 8%, whatever the percentage is. But I ask this question: have you ever noted that you as an individual, your expenditure does not depend on the inflationary rate indicated in the statistics? I know in some of the most developed countries, yes, it impacts. Because when the mortgage rates are up by 0.2%, when the car purchase prices are up by 0.1%, these are the things that people spend their money onto. But in some of these developing countries, our expenditure patterns are different. If it's true, I fixed my income somewhere and it is giving me 14% per annum, it's good. And I look at the statistics that my savings have only been eroded by 6%. So I have a net gain of 8%. But you as an individual, take a closer look at your lifestyle, whether really your expenditure has increased by only 8%, figure indicated in the inflationary rate. How people get to understand this. That as a young person with a young family, 1 or 2 kids, before they go to school, and as you are saving your money somewhere and investing your money somewhere, is your expenditure going to increase by that consumer price index or the inflationary rate announced by the government or the treasury when your children go to school, start going to school? A basket of goods is used to determine the inflationary rate in the country. Do you fall into that basket of goods? Does that basket of goods put into consideration enlarging families and enlarging responsibilities? Some of them very crucial, that you are having a health issue. Does the inflationary rate put into consideration those vital medicines that you must buy? Oh my goodness. I don't pity them, but I'm highlighting this point to people who investment options. It is, I am a hands-off investor. I have my passive income. It is fixed somewhere and it is giving me these returns. Well, that is very good. It is giving you that return. You probably could not earn it elsewhere. And I don't have any issue with it, but be mindful, this is my point, that your expenditure and your growing expenditure is not reflected by the fixed income that you attain. Because if you had 1 child, there will be 2. If they were in the primary school, they would go to uni, most probably abroad or even locally, where the university tuition will be high. Your failing health, your growing responsibility to your community, your extended families. So many things come to place. So does your fixed income take into consideration that palatial home that you want to build? Do the building materials increase by the 3 or 4% that is always published by Uganda Bureau of Statistics? Building materials. If you ever wanted to build a house, does the 3 or 4% always indicated to us? Will your house this year try to build it next year, that the cost of constructing your house will increase by that percentage? Is this exchange today intended to downplay the role played by fixed income earners? Absolutely not. I'm just showing to you the different investment options. If that one does not cater for me so well, what next? There are so many investment options that you have. Some of them might require you to get involved up a little bit so that you get higher returns. That can probably be able to cater for the increasing expenses that you are going to undertake. Let me give an example. I have believed in the hands-on investment passive income. I am still employed into my former employment, which my salary probably is rising as per the inflationary rate. So I'm not affected. But I have chosen some areas where I could multiply my income at a pace that resonates with the actual rising expenses in the world. I've just been in my maize today, the third shamba, 120 acres. I walked through it and I said, yes, this maize is growing at a pace higher, because when I plant it 3 years in a year, a financial year, I plant 3 times my maize. I'll beat that so-called monster inflationary rate. Let them increase the prices of school fees. Let them increase the fuel prices. Let them increase all the other usable items. As long as I'm growing my maize 3 times in a year, looking after it so well, and use it as fodder for my cows, I'll be beating the rising cost of living. It's the point that I was riding to. That does your fixed income cater for the rising cost of living? And the cost of living as a result of, your mannerism, you have adopted drinking, smoking, wild travels, motor racing, A guy get involved into motor racing. The guy behind the camera here, whether I'm going to pay him $1 million or not, when there is what is that place? Help me, you man. What is that place called? Busika. John Nsimbi. Whether I'm going to give him 30 minutes shoot on the day when there is racing at Busika, John will get sick a day before. And I always know, because normally he pockets about half an M. If I don't give it to him before Busika, you will see how gloomy he is. So you have adopted that habit that whenever there is a motor rally, it's rallying in Uganda. For me, I used to go for motor racing. I am one of those victims. Ours was at Kyalami. I have at least ever been to a Formula One Grand Prix racing. You can tell me all the Grand Prix racing, at least the people of my times. Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, Coulthard, all those guys. I was watching Formula One. At least in South Africa, there was a racing track at Kyalami. I look at Busika and the dust, and I say, oh my goodness, people enjoy wherever they are. Look at how people enjoy John. We enjoy Busika. The way we used to enjoy Kyalami. The way, at least on TV, I enjoy the Le Mans in France, 24-hour grading race. So if your needs are growing, now I've not talked about, bad habits, womanizing and the rest that he has gone womanizing, and that is where his cost, and smoking and the rest, drug abuse, and those are the things that are taking his money. But a passion into motor racing, any other sport, golf, how about cricket, 5-day series? The soccer guys are in the pitch for 90 minutes, and they really, it drives them crazy and mad. But how about Abakolam, those guys who are loaded? Golf, people are there for days. How about cricket, 5-day series? Guys wake up every day to go and watch, the series are 5 days. Leave alone the 1 day cricket, a 1 day. That one will be finished in 1 day. But guys who watch golf, watch for it for 5 days. And it's a good sport. What if you have grown in stature, in age, and now you are the type of person who go for golf? Is it a bad habit? Absolutely not. But how much does it take from you to hire a hotel near a golf club? Or you have gone for cricket? New Zealand versus South Africa. I'm a boko, and then the ooh. That will take your time and resources. And I don't mean people should be so conservative with their, Even Aliko Dangote, he said he used to buy those Lamborghinis and drive from Lagos to Kano at 200 kilometers per hour. He used to love sports cars. So buying and loving sports cars is a passion that will come with, as your income increases. So can you really buy a Lambo based on the fixed income? You have to be an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship will bring risk. The guys who put their money into less risk appears good to them, but some of us are aware of the liability that the country carries. When we take that option of taking savings from the people, deny it to the private investors, and make it so attractive, and the people have no option apart from putting their monies into fixed incomes. But when the Mohammedis are there to show the public, the youth and the adults, other various options where you can invest your money. A maize, just maize. 3 seasons in a year. You can afford to go to Musika 10 times without feeding any peach. You can ask. I wish the roads in Uganda were so fine, because I was never a fan of SUVs. I was always a fan of sedans. I always dreamt whenever I was planting my trees, 10, 15 years ago, I knew I wanted an E63 AMG. It was my thing. Whenever I was planting 50 acres or 100 acres, my children and my family knows that I used to tell them that forest for an E63 AMG or M5 BMW. Because I am the type of person who loves machine sedans in the fast lane. Luckily enough, my country's roads doesn't allow me to enjoy that. I'm showing to you, if you want that kind of lifestyle, because this business of school fees and everything, it is also there straining people. But probably there are some people whom school fees, basic investment, even a house, domestic house, is no longer an issue. But to the young people, it is. So if you want to break that chain, look at other entrepreneurial investment options that do not make really your hands dirty, because people don't want to make their hands dirty, but at least there is a certain slightest degree of your involvement into your faith. I said, I can't imagine that I've invested my money, 500 million, and my rate of return, I have no say about it. It was fixed, it was fixed. I'll get it, it sounds very good, it has less risks. But Mohammed, since my growing up, that idea that someone fixes how much I should earn, I am not its fan. I would rather get somewhere involved. I got involved into the taxi industry that was very volatile, high risk. But I knew that if you are ever to be an entrepreneur and you are risk aversive, then you better get out of the kitchen. If you want to have higher returns onto your investment, just get to know you must bear risks. You can pick one that you can tell me he became wealthy without risk. I'm ready. You can write them into the comments. And I know almost all of them. They just paint up a certain face. They can tell you today Elon Musk started small, but his mother was there. Probably something somewhere is never stated, the role of the mother. Whether it is Bill Gates, he started it in the gate with his friend in the garage of his father. But his father was amongst the top 100 lawyers in the US. Who tells you that a son of a peasant can drop out of Harvard just like that? He dropped out when he knew the options. And this is where last time in vernacular, I disagreed with people who say that I tell my children, I've educated you and that's it, and that's enough. Whether Mark Zuckerberg does not tell you exactly when he started, wherever he started, whether daddy and mommy never gave support. But even if they didn't this guy take any risk? Did these guys save their little money and gave it to somebody to fix it for them? Or they took the risk? And every entrepreneur takes a risk. And when you take that risk, then other people follow by bringing their monies to you to use it for them and make money and get a certain portion of it and give it to them. How many venture capitalists or partners have approached Mohammed and simply says no, at this stage, no? How many farms in Uganda have been taken over by equities and venture capitalists? I don't want to mention them. You know them. You start up your business, start up your venture, start up your portfolio. You know, why do you want to jump always only to those that have started? And I know in the US and all other countries it works. But did the Chinese make it through the same format? Finally, I end up with what has made my pride today. After several people came up by appreciating the kind of cows that I have. And we were just checking out the girls, the girls that are around, the cows that have been born onto our farm, which is less than 4 years old. But the number of girls that have come out, paraded, you know, I told them just make a little parade so that you can make the boys around. This time they are not boys. Other investors feel like, I wish I was there, because it is one of the areas that can give you proper return, and you can say, yes, this can give me higher returns. A nice day.